What a knockout! Amazing. That's pretty much it.
Plan all along to try and just. It looked like you were trying to get her out of the ring the first round, basically. Was that the strategy that you had to with?
The strategy was to go out there and just beat her every single round, dominate her, and just either box and brawl and show that I'm a all-around fighter. I can do whatever I want in there. I can play with her. I can brawl with her. I can box with her. So body shots, head shots, just mix it up. I wanted to be a complete fighter. I mean, if the knockout come, it would have. If it came, it would have came. But I just wanted to make sure I beat her.
Even though that was the strategy, when you were pointed on in the corner in the first round, did you think you might have a knockout at that moment?
I mean, I thought, but she was a tough girl. She was strong. I mean, actually, we spoke to her. Very, very nice woman, nice lady. My hat goes off to her for taking the fight, and we went to the locker room, and she told me she weighed 160 today, and she was a big, tough girl. So she's definitely durable, and I thought we could have had it, but I didn't want to gas myself out. I wanted to make sure that I can continue to go 10 rounds if I had to.
Tell them how much you weighed today.
133. So I mean, if you see my face and you see her face, I mean, my pack a punch wherever I go, and I can fight the first round all the way to the 10th round if I have to. And you saw it, the 10th round, I came out as if I was brand new.
Obviously it seems like you're going to be fighting Katie next. Would you consider that probably the biggest fight in women's boxing?
It is the mega fight for women's boxing. You have pound for pound top three. However you look at it, some people have one. I mean, some people have two or three. It just doesn't matter. That's two pound for pound girls going out there. You have undisputed 7th division world champion going and facing each other, and I think that's the mega fight for women. I think we're gonna blow off those ceilings for women's boxing and 7-figure payday, for both of us. Madison Square Garden, the big theater, main event. I mean, it's going to be an amazing night.
And do you think working with Jake Paul and being on this card helped you trying to get towards that fight?
Oh, definitely. It helped me 100%. I was scheduled to fight Katie Taylor a couple of years ago, and so I'm telling you, the price that we was offered was nowhere near what we're getting now. And I think Jake Paul definitely helped towards that. What he brings to boxing, it's something new, something exciting. And with him pushing me, Nikita, always, talking and pushing me to do better things, it definitely he helped a lot.
Okay, so I mean, when is the timeline? Spring's been talked about for that fight to happen. When is the timeline you'd like to get in there?
I would say the timeline is Amanda and Jordan need to sit down together and figure out what's the right timeline for them, and then we'll continue the discussions with Eddie and Matchroom and come to a date.
Amanda, touching on that, you've had your last 2 fights here on this platform with Showtime. Are you going to want to stay on this platform, given that Katie, is a Matchroom fighter? She's been on DAZN. She's one of the premium fighters on DAZN. How is that all going to shake out?
Well, I'm not really in charge of that. I mean, I'm a fighter. I fight wherever the fights are at. I mean, that's what Nikki
I think,
said.
look, we definitely recognize that Showtime has spent a lot of time, energy, and effort helping us build Amanda's brand, and we're going to continue to work with Showtime in every way that we can for Amanda's future.
Amanda, there were talks about online about women's boxing having 2-minute rounds compared to 3-minute rounds for men, especially when Deron Williams and Frank Gore had 3-minute rounds for fighters who actually competed before. What do you have to say about that and the progression of women's boxing in general?
I mean, I've done great in 2 minutes. I know what I have to do in 2 minutes. I know I have to be high-paced fights. I don't know. I mean, I guess to me it works fine. I mean, if it's gonna pay us a little more and give us a little more, recognition, then I would support it. But it just has to be all together thing for women's boxing. Some girls like it, some girls don't.
Any other questions?
This has wheels. Take your time, baby.
So we're all pressing here. We will relay all three of us get 3 big fights tonight, starting with Williams before, Amanda's win, and Jake's performance on Showtime on Tuesday, December 28th at 9 p.m. You care to include that in your coverage, appreciate it. Tuesday, December 28th at 9 p.m. All 3 fights. Yes, on Showtime. Yep. And did Nikisa tell you the attendance tonight? Attendance figures were 18,865.
18,865 for the attendance tonight. We're live here on the Sports Web on NSPN. Of course, I Love St. Pete. I'm your host, Peter Blake. You got your post-fight conference here. We just had Amanda Serrano, who won her fight. If you guys can hear me, I know you can. Live here from Amalie Arena, Showtime Boxing. Tyron Woodley got TK'd in the 6th round by Jake Paul. So we're waiting for Woodley to come out, and we'll see what Jake Paul has to say. Thanks for tuning in here live on the evolution of Sports Talk Television. Do 3 things for me. Bring your passion. Bring your excitement. Just don't bring any nonsense. Again, we're taking a little bit of a break here. I'm your host, Peter Blake. We're just waiting for Tyron Woodley to come out. Of course, we're big with TJ Reeves tonight, a big fight weekend. We'll have a post-fight conference here, but we're getting the sound from these great fighters tonight. Great event. We heard from Darren Williams and also Frank Gore as Darren Williams won his match tonight. And in case you were under a rock, you missed an unbelievable shot in the 6th round by Jake Paul. Absolutely explosive right. Our own TJ Reeves of Big Fight Weekend talked about this in the post-game, post-conference from Amalie Arena, saying that, look, Paul may not be able to box per se, but the turning point could be that right hand, and that's exactly what happened tonight in the Paul fight. So we're just waiting Tyron Woodley. Thanks a lot for tuning in live on NSPN, and of course, I Love St. Pete, and of course on YouTube with the Sports Web.
Yeah, right. I probably could have made a killing. I need to start wearing my t-shirt. Fight night photos, $20. Yeah. I take, yeah, right. I take fight 4 or 5. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You live and you learn, you know? You live and you learn. What's that? No, it's not too bad. It's a 2.5 hour flight. What about you? Like 12 hours? I was ballparking. Well, if it makes you feel better, my checkout time's at 11. My flight's not till 9, so you'll probably get. Yeah, great idea. Thank you. I like doing it.
Once again, I'm your host, Peter Blake here, just waiting for Tyron Woodley to get to the podium, so stand by. Thanks a lot for being patient. Here live on NSPN, and of course, I Love St. Pete. Of course, the big story of the night, in case you didn't catch it, was Showtime pay-per-view live here from Amalie Arena, as we had Jake Paul taking on Tyron Woodley. Jake Paul with a TKO in the 6th round, a massive right to Woodley, and we're waiting for Woodley and his thoughts on this fight. All right, here we go. Tyron Woodley to the podium. Here he comes.
I love you. I'm good. Sure. You got knocked out by me. You good? No, I'm good, dude. I ain't done. You good? You gotta make sure you're not important. We have your sleep. They knocked us out. I shot him in. Can I get a towel or a paper towel of some sort? All right. No, I'm good. I'm okay. I would not tell you. I'm good. All right. I love you. See you in a little bit. You got me. What's up, girl?
How important is it for you to kind of have these talks with your family members, especially after how it went out there tonight?
Normally, I would have did that in private, but I feel like after these two roles with Jake, I feel like the production, the media, we kind of family as well. You know, you guys got to know a lot about me. In the UFC, you guys didn't really get a chance to know me. You didn't get to know what I fought for, and that's what I fight for my kids and my family. You got a chance to know Mama Woodley a little bit more. You see the cloth that I was cut from, and the fight spirit that possesses inside of me. And I told you guys I was in shape. I told you I was ready to fight. I told you I was coming, and I told you I would look in better shape than he was. And, you know, I did that tonight. So I went back and I looked at it. I'm like, why the fuck did I drop my hand? I would have both hands up. I was ready. I knew it was coming. I was ready to block overhand. And I don't know if he delayed it. Even if he didn't delay, I don't know why I dropped my hand. And in this sport, you can only take one mistake, you know, literally one mistake. I blocked so many shots. And the goal this time around was to extend my punches, to work the body a little bit, to press him a little bit more, to be a little bit more active. I didn't want to let him get 3 rounds ahead and start, you know what I mean, peppering the steak and then me not returning back. So I thought I did a great job of returning back. And I'm not done. Please do not look at me with sorrow eyes. Please not look at me like shaking your head. I done fucked a lot of people up. A lot of people had to have that talk in the locker room. A lot of coaches had to go back to the drawing board. A lot of people in their mind, they knew that they knew that they knew. And I saw it in their face and it broke their heart when I took that from them. So at some point, we're going to have to start putting a little respect on Jake's name. You know, I never really disrespect him as a power puncher. That's something we always knew. That's why my defense was so tight. And had he dropped his hand on me, the same shit would have happened. So I can't cry with spilled milk. I'm blessed to be here. I'm blessed for the opportunity to come out here and fight again and show you guys that I'm fucking still here. And I told my coaches in the back, I said, he back. The young, hungry bull that started and went on this crazy run in the UFC and Strike Force and all these different organizations. He was back, and I can actually say that I was back. So I'll let you guys ask me some questions.
During that round, before you got knocked out, you were dropping your hands a little bit before the knockout.
Yeah.
What was kind of going through your mind there when doing that?
I mean, to be honest, sometimes it's strategy, so I'm not gonna sit here and act like, oh, I was dropping my hands on purpose to fucking let him throw a shot and hit him back. But he was tight too. Like when you fight somebody for the first time and you guys both see that it's power involved, motherfuckers' defense started getting tight. So mine was tight, his was tight, and it was a chess match to try to get a shot in. He got a couple clean shots in. I got a couple clean shots in, but defensively, I think both of us showed that we were really sharper than the last time. We actually grew as fighters. So I can't really tell you exactly why. Sometimes I just felt like I was too tense and I made a drop in just to breathe and loosen up and then just kind of get back in. So
Hey, Tyron, was there anything different about this fight from the last fight?
no, I thought he was going to come out a little bit harder because he was all emotional and stuff. And I do respect the fact that he kind of had controlled aggression. This time, I think that I was more active. I think that when he threw punches, I countered more. I think that I led the dance a little bit more. I smothered my punches a couple of times, and it forced us into clinch. And then, you got to recognize that with two big-ass guys that can knock each other out, motherfuckers starting to think about that power. So he's a wrestler by base, and, I collegiately wrestled forever. So when you get that close, sometimes in actual reaction, you fucking grab and clinch. It ain't even on purpose. It's not because we're not trying to fight. So I think that it was more clinching than I expected. I knew I was going to be kind of pressing him, and I said that the last time and I did it this time. But, man, I was in shape. I felt good. I felt alive. My breathing was good. I was listening to my coach. I know they're going to say thank you. Last time I heard everything they said. I didn't do shit. What they were telling me to do this time, I feel like I was responding and I was kind of reacting.
Going into the end of that round, how did you feel like the fight was going?
I thought I was winning. It wasn't a landslide, but he got out the first 3 rounds the last time. I felt like he got the first 2 rounds. The third round was kind of close, but I feel like I was winning the rounds after that.
Tyron, would you say that was the hardest shot you've ever been hit with? You've been in the UFC for a long time.
Nate Marquardt hit me with the fucking hardest shot. But to be honest, Nate Marquardt fight was my favorite fight ever. Because everybody thought I was a wrestler. They thought I was just going to lay on pump your leg. And, I got the rap for just, my collegiate background, and I couldn't get away from it. But motherfuckers knew I could fight, and we banged. And I basically almost finished him the round before. So that was probably the hardest shot I got hit with in that fight. When Jake hit me, I think I was just – the second I dropped my hand, it's not like he wrapped around my neck. But when I dropped my hands, I kind of almost exposed it here. So he kind of hit right there. And that's an equilibrium shot. Anybody can, lose that balance on that side. So hit me with a clean flush shot. I don't know why I tried. That's the only thing that drives me up a wall. Like I saw the shot, and right when you do it, I had both hands up blocking it. And I don't know if I was gonna try to block it and counter check hook. I don't know what the fuck I was gonna do, but I dropped that damn hand, and he got that motherfucker through, didn't he?
Tyron, is there a part of you, like I know it's gonna annoy you, you'd love to get a third crack at Jake, but is there a part of you that is happy in a way that this rivalry, so to speak, is behind you and you can move on and do other things?
I mean, the rivalry is competitive athleticism. Shit, you want that. I'm tired of everybody fucking talking mad shit during press conference and kissing and hugging at the end of the fight. No, let's fucking fight. And that's what I came to do. So the rival, I never disrespected him. He never disrespected me. He gave me credit. I gave him credit. But he truly was convicted that he was going to beat me. And I was truly convicted I was going to beat him. And that's what y'all want to see. So we really gave y'all what y'all wanted to see.
He called out Nate and Masvidal after the win. Your thoughts on
I mean, I can't hit on whatever. I mean, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. I came here. I came to fight. I believe I was an instrumental part of saving this card. A lot of people would have had to go home at Christmas and figure shit out. I pulled up, and I didn't pull up out of shape. I didn't pull up looking fucking like, I was just taking a fucking paycheck. I came there to fucking do work, and it didn't go my way. But I was in the locker room, and I had to pray. I was like, God, you know what? I'm blessed, man. I came out here. I was in shape. And Coach would tell you, we were training, but something happened in the last 2 weeks where we just converted and everything was spiritual. Was running in a fucking Stone Mountain in Atlanta in altitude, and I knew I wasn't conditioned to do that, but I let my spirit take over. Sparring rounds, same guy sparred the last time, undefeated pro boxer. Very, very, very sharp amateur, and he wouldn't let no shot get through. This time he was punching me harder, and I think everybody wanted me to win. And it's a funny way your homies show you love by whooping your ass. And nobody eased up on me, and I didn't need them to, and I was game for it. And this boxing shit, I love it. I don't know why, man. I love it. I don't care about the running. Coach came in and he was surprised at how much shape I was in when he came into town. And we got on the treadmill and he wanted to test me. I know what he was doing. He always playing these fucking mind games and shit, not telling you how much you running and how far you running and what you doing and touching the damn treadmill and shit. So I started slapping his hand, but he'll tell you I didn't wince. I didn't breathe. I kept a stone face, and I didn't care what he put the speed on. Move your legs faster, move your legs slower, and breathe. And I think that mentality is what made me me. And I'm just thankful and I'm blessed to be able to go out there and do that.
Tyron, when he got cut, did it change the strategy of the fight for you?
When he got cut?
Yeah, when you saw him get cut, did it change the strategy for you?
Over the eye. It was at the forehead. So
okay.
I mean, over the eye is a different story. It started bleeding in there. I mean, I'm not aiming shots at a hard forehead. You know, I know you guys don't recognize, but I'm a very I think a lot in these fights. So at the end of the day, I'm not going to be aiming at his forehead to do a cut. I mean, I don't know how the cut got there. It seemed like it may have been an accidental headbutt. At the end of the day, what's up, Jake? At the end of the day, I'm not finna just sit here and be punching at a dude's forehead if it was a headbutt that did it.
What?
Personally, I hate when people discredit Jake's career and say, like, oh, his fights are rigged. You know, Woodley got paid to get dropped, and that's something he was never doing.
You can come over. Love you.
Give it up for these guys.
What you saying, man?
I said, personally, I hate when the naysayers hate on Jake's career, and even you by saying that, oh, he got paid to take a fall, and you guys are putting everything on the line in a fight like this. So what do you have to say to the people about Jake's power?
You know, I gave Jake his credit for the power the first time around. I said, anytime somebody can touch anybody with one punch and put them down, I possess the same power. I know how dangerous it is. It don't matter where the fight can go. It only take one shot to put him on the ground. And I said he was playing the game. He's smart with the mind play. I'm a YouTuber, I'm this, and he downplayed it so much. And shout out to my dog Ben Ashton. I don't really think he took him as serious as he should have. And I don't think Nate Robinson really should have just ran in and took that punch like he did. So I knew about the power, but I had to find a way to still inch forward and still get punches off no matter what power he was throwing. And he threw a lot of power shots in this fight. And more shots were blocked for me this time than the last time. He still got something through. But at the end of the day, you know, it's a fight game. And yeah, I got to put a little bit of respect on his name. He's tough. It was times where he got a little fatigued. It's time where I got a little fatigued. He was moving forward. I was moving forward. And, you know, he didn't show me anything that I didn't expect tonight. We train to give guys credit. We don't train to be like, oh, okay, this guy started. That's like somebody telling me I started in wrestling, so I shouldn't be a good MMA fighter. It don't matter what you started. If you put your heart, your soul, and you're passionate about it, you can become world class at anything.
Just one more for Tyron.
I know you said that you still want to continue boxing. So is the plan kind of to go after a boxer, or do you kind of want to target an MMA fighter?
I just want to fight, man. I just already had a plan to fight 4 times next year. This doesn't change that plan. I'm thankful for the opportunity to step in and fight on this fight. I was already kind of getting ready and geared up. I'm glad I was in shape. I'm glad I listened to my spirit, because had they called me and asked me to fight and I was out of shape, I would have been doing what you guys thought I was doing, was just stepping in for a paycheck, and I wasn't doing that. I came in shape. I came ready to fight. You know, I want to thank Jake for taking the fight. This ain't a fight he had to take. He already beat me on paper. No matter what I thought, no matter what, you know, some of the fans thought, he could have just said, fuck it. You know what I mean? I'll wait on Tommy. Tommy he's not a power puncher like me. Nobody talked about Tommy as much as they talked about me and Jake fighting. And this was a risky fight for Jake. He took this fight. You talk about me taking 2 weeks notice, but I've been thinking about this motherfucker for way more than 2 weeks. And I've been training to fix the mistakes that I did the last time. He had his mind set on another opponent, and then he had to say, am I going to do this or not? He could have just said no. He could have told Nikisa no. And I was sitting there with him, and he said, let's do it. So I respect him for that, for sure. And, you know, definitely it was a great fight tonight. You guys were entertained. And, I dropped my fucking hands one time, and that's all it took, you know.
What about a third fight between you guys, a trilogy?
I mean, shit, them niggas knocked me out. I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm never gonna not say a trilogy. I would love to fight him again. The first time I felt it was very, very close. Obviously, one judge said I won, but this is, he got to figure out what he want to do. If he want to run it back, shit, I'm always down. Me and him could fight 10 times. You guys don't recognize that you're in a movie. This is a movie. This is Rocky. This is really a real life Rocky. And, I was on a movie set filming, and my phone is always off. I get fired on my day off when my shit ring. And when I got a call to just clear up the air about the no knockout clause, I was on break. If I wasn't on break, I would have never got that call. You know what I mean? If I would have hesitated and drug my feet, I would have never got the opportunity. So I'm just thankful that I was in shape. I was training hard, and I clicked my mind in the savage mode. One more question, because I want to be respectful for Jake so we can get his deal. Let's do it.
We're here live on NSPN right now. Tyron Woodley, Jake Paul. Jake Paul is about to speak here live on NSPN. I love St. Pete. It's the Sports Web. I'm your host, Peter Blake, giving you something to think about.
Guys, update on the attendance. Sorry about that. I gave you, the attendance was 18,685. Sorry, I mixed up 18,685.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Let's go, baby.
Congratulations on your win, Jake. I just wanted to ask you, how would you assess your performance today?
First and foremost, I want to thank Showtime. They're going to be playing back my fight December 18th on their network.
December 28th.
December 28th. Sorry, December 18th is stuck in my head. But man, shout out to everyone at Showtime. Amazing crew, everyone down from Steven Espinoza on down. What was the question again?
No worries. I was asking, how would you assess your performance today if you could grade yourself?
I mean, I got the knockout, highlight reel knockout. I was setting up that shot because I knew he was going to try and catch the right hand coming straight. So I had to loop it around like a hook. But I was just off. I don't know, man. I was just off a little bit. Pull the muscle again in my arm in the first round there. But had to fight through a lot of tough moments. And Tyron's tough, man. He's a really tough guy. He caught me with the elbow. I'm bleeding in my eye. But still got the job done.
Jake, what makes Woodley so tough?
Man, mental. It's mental. He just keeps on coming forward, hitting them with good shots, good jabs, good body shots. We're in the clinch, and you could feel that, national champion wrestler in the clinch, boom, pushing you around like a bull. And, his punching power is real. He won the UFC championship with that. And so taking those punches, I got a good chin. Like, I really do. And so I'm eating them, but damn, that's just good.
Jake, can you talk a little bit about your composure after you got cut? Because we've seen a lot of seasoned boxers in the past, like when they get cut, a lot of times they panic and their corners panic. It just seemed like your corner didn't panic. It seemed like you have a great cut, man, and you didn't panic. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, nothing phases me at all. I've been through way harder shit in my life, way harder shit. So a little cut is not going to stop me from winning or put me off my game plan. I actually sort of like that shit because, I look like a fighter right now. All my other fights, I didn't really look like a fighter. This is some shit I could take a selfie and be like, look at me, I'm a professional boxer now. But my team was on top of it in the corner. Stay calm. Bro, at one point, the blood was in my eye. I just saw red. I don't even know if that's healthy. But I just saw red, but hey, you got to do it.
Jake, as an avid boxing fan, that was easily my favorite knockout of the year. And I think it's time that people deserve to give you credit, because even one of my favorite boxers, Devin Haney, had a fantastic win the other week, but it didn't end in a spectacular fashion like yours. So I say that to say people are still going to have something to say after this. Fight a real boxer. Where's Tommy Fury at? Whatever nonsense they're going to say. Have you done enough to please yourself at this point and say, I've done enough to be happy?
I've done more than enough. 4 massive fights in 13 months. No one in the history of boxing has done what I've done at this age. massive pay-per-views, knocked out every single person that I've fought. The only person that's as active as me doing these bigger pay-per-views is Canelo.
And he's 50 plus fights in.
And like I said, I knocked out everyone that I fought, turned them all into memes. That shit's going viral all over the internet. And I'm ready to fight whoever. It doesn't matter if they're a professional boxer or if they're a 5-time UFC champion. I don't care. I'm really built for this. And no matter what, I'm going to find a way to get the job done. And that's what I showed tonight. And Tommy Fury is lucky that he wasn't in there tonight because Tyron's way tougher. You know, he has that experience. Tommy probably would have looked a lot worse than that, and that was pretty bad.
Hey, Jake, can you walk us through the knockout? It seemed like, Tyron's perspective, he was expecting a body shot, and the hand came down and you clipped him. But were you gunning for that, or walk us through that?
Yeah, so the whole fight, he was catching like this, you know, catching my jab, catching my two, catching right here with his elbow on my straight two. And so I wasn't landing, and I was coming up with the 6 to the body, and I was doing that all night long. Boom, I hit him with the fake, and then come with the 1, and he went to go catch it, and that's when I knew he was pulling his hands away, and I put all my power into it because I knew I set him up the whole entire fight for that.
So that was you already planning on that with the feints and dropping him down.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I knew I normally I load up a lot low key. I need to work on that, but but my coach is like, don't load up. You already have enough power in them. But I just do it anyways because that's how I am. I'm gonna work on that in the next camp. But I knew this punch was gonna land, so I put everything into it. Everything. And you know, I might be a lumberjack because he went timber.
Jake, obviously, you know, you love boxing. You're becoming really good at it. But you also said earlier this week that, you know, you're struggling with like memory loss and speech and stuff like that. So
I didn't say that earlier this week. Next question. That's taken out of context. I didn't say anything like that.
Jake, if you had to rank your 3 knockouts in the last 13 months, where would you rank this one and the other 2 as well?
I would say this is number 1 because of the level of opposition. He's a 5-time UFC champ, and I flatlined him. Ben Askren, not really a striker. Nate Robinson, basketball player. But the fact that I proved I have 1-punch power on a legend of this sport, people are going to be scared. That's why Masvidal and Nate Diaz got up out their seats and left because they didn't want me to jump out the ring and start going at them. But people should be scared. Like everyone's on high alert.
Jake, are those your next 2 targets at that point? Is it Diaz and Masvidal?
Everyone's a target. No one's safe. Hide your kids, hide your wife. I'm like Santa Claus. I'm coming down your chimney. I'll fuck everybody up. I'll fuck your whole family up. Yep.
If you were offered both guys, you had a choice between Diaz and Masvidal.
There's no choice there. They're both under contract with the UFC. There's no discussion.
No,
on
I
that.
understand that, but in the future, like if you could only fight one of them, who would you fight?
I'll fight all of them. I don't care. You know, I don't really know what's next on the roadmap. I've done it all. I've accomplished what I wanted to accomplish, and I need to take a break. You know, I've been going at this nonstop for a year and a half, and it's a lot. It's a lot. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. Is the vocabulary word I would use. I need to spend time with my family on Christmas and go on a vacation. I haven't gone on vacation since I was 18 years old. I told myself, not until you feel like you got to a place in life where you deserve a vacation. And I deserve it now. So I'm gonna go on my first real vacation where there's no obligations. Because I've gone on vacations where I have to film it and vlog it and do interviews and then wake up on a certain time and still work out. I'm going on a real vacation. I'm doing backflips into the water.
Yeah. So when would you? What would you expect to come back and fight again? Like what's kind of the
Whenever I feel like it. Whenever I feel like it.
Jake, you and Amanda Serrano emerges the unlikely dynamic duo. With Amanda on course to fight Katie, do you see yourself continuing that trend, or is that fight big enough where it has to be its own main event?
That's his own main event, for sure. And I'm so excited. I'm gonna do everything in my power to, you know, make that fight the biggest female boxing fight in the history of the sport. And it's a historic moment. And Amanda is a superstar. You know, she almost got her opponent out of there in the first round, and she could punch. She's an exciting fighter, a real superstar, and we're excited take her to a whole nother level with MVP.
Bringing that fight for her career, where do you rank that among your own achievements in the sport?
Say it again.
So you being able to deliver that fight for her, where would you place that among your own achievements in the sport?
See, I love to bring everyone up around me and to support my friends, because if they're growing, then I'm growing. And that's what I've noticed. And so it's high on the list. It's so satisfying because she deserves the money and the notoriety more than I do. She's put in thousands and hundreds of hours in the gym, and she deserves the big payday that she's going to get. And she deserves to, be able to retire from boxing and
not work again.
Yeah, not work again. And that unfortunately hasn't been the case for women's boxing. They've been underpaid and taken advantage of. And it's an amazing accomplishment for me to be able to help her. And she's such an awesome person, like such an awesome person.
Hey, Jake, can you talk about your experience bringing this card to Tampa? The support, like we know a bunch of big time boxers that can't sell out their hometown, but the support you have in Tampa. Any chance you bring back this kind of card in Tampa? What's your experience like in Tampa?
Tampa's been amazing, so supportive. Everyone in the arena, since day one, they gave me a jersey, and everyone's been so awesome. The fans showed out. I think I heard a number, 18,685. 18,685 people. That's more than Madison Square Garden, more than Staples Center. So, this is iconic, and my audience is everywhere. That's the difference. Is I don't need to go to Las Vegas to sell out a crowd. My audience is digital, and I could go anywhere in the world and sell out.
Jake, you talked about your critics before the fight. What do you have to say to them tonight after knocking out Woodley in the 6th round?
Suck my nuts. What else can they say? What more could they want from me? And I don't do this for them. I do this to prove myself right. And I said that in my Instagram post 3 days before the fight. I said, I'm not doing this to prove people wrong. I'm doing this to prove myself right. And that remains true. And there's always going to be critics. So if you're a kid watching this, if you're whoever you are out there watching this, and you have a dream and you want to be successful, if you're doing anything outside the ordinary, people are going to hate on you, and there's going to be critics in every single corner wanting to see you fall. It's a part of life. Don't pay them any attention. And by the way, they're only making you more popular. So I love the critics. Thank you. You guys motivate me, and I shut y'all the fuck up.
Jake, 3 years ago, Woodley was the UFC world champion, and you haven't even had a professional bout yet. So you're going up this trajectory fast. Do you have a long-term vision as to where you can see yourself going for a title shot, or are you just taking it fight by fight and seeing how you feel when you wake up in the morning after a fight?
It's scary to try and put a cap on where this could go. The potential is unlimited here, and it's really up to me and my team and how hard I want to work. But I'm hungry and motivated, and I love this shit. So, 2 years as a professional, and this is gone astronomical and is making history. So, yeah, I would love to just continue to put on historic events and sell massive pay-per-views and fight higher level opposition as I go. And maybe when the time is right, I'll go for the world championship belt and whatever belt that is, IBF, WBA, WBO, I don't know. But it'd be funny to just become a world champion and just be like, yeah, I'm a YouTuber. And as soon as I would win the world championship, I would take the belt and I would throw it on the fucking ground and stomp on it. Because you're a champion here and in your heart before anyone tells you that you're a champion. I am a champion.
Jake, is your signature going to be give the next fighter Rolexes? Because you kind of called your shot. You said it's time to knock you out, Woodley. Are you going to continue to do that with some of these fighters you're going to fight?
I mean, I feel like I have to give them gifts for the trauma I put them through. But yeah, maybe I got more tricks up my sleeves, and I guess I don't know. Do you want a Rolex? I can get you one.
Sure, I'll take it if you want.
I'm gonna get him a Rolex. Will you get his email? All right. What's your name?
Peter Blake.
Peter Blake.
Yes,
You're
sir.
gonna look really good with a Rolex on.
Sounds good. I need to upgrade.
I'll have Nikisa hit you, and I'm gonna get you the same one I got Tyron.
Sounds good.
All right.
Appreciate you.
Jake, back here.
overall, the fight.
Go
Yeah,
Rolex watch for you.
Overall, the
It's,
fight,
okay.
how did you feel compared to the first one in terms of your fluidity? Like overall, did you feel at all like overtraining played a part at all?
Nah, I felt a lot more comfortable, and my defense was way better, and in a lot of ways it was similar to the first fight because we were sort of giving each other the same looks, and we both came in with a respect for our power, for each other's power, and so a lot of times it was sort of like a stalemate because we were just gauging what the other person was gonna do. Yeah, but I got elbowed, headbutted, and then when I pulled my arm right away, the same injury as before. So it is what it is. Shit.
Jake, you've already made a major impact in the sport at such a young age. You're helping women's boxing. You're getting young stars massive paydays. You're bringing more fans into women's boxing, more attention. Do you see yourself becoming, maybe, say, a promoter or something like that down the line, winning boxing all in general as a fighter and just doing the business side?
Yeah, for sure. I will always be involved in this sport forever. Whether I'm fighting or whether it's Nikisa and I running Most Valuable Promotions and helping people like Amanda Serrano get more spotlight. I could definitely put on a British accent and become an Eddie Hearn.
One more, last one.
One more time before you go. You fought every 4 or 5 months. Would you anticipate fighting April, May? Would it be longer?
It's gonna be longer. It's gonna be longer than that.
If the right name comes up.
2 weeks ago,
I don't give a shit about anyone.
2 weeks ago, he said
name.
July, and then he said well, maybe March. So he's got to take some time, think
Okay.
about what he wants to do, and then he'll tell us all what he wants to do.
We're gonna say the Dana White right now.
I just knocked out a 5-time UFC champion and embarrassed your whole company. And please let me get Kamaru Usman. Please let me get Diaz. Please let me get Masvidal. Please let me get McGregor, because I'm gonna embarrass them too. I promise you that, Dana. I promise you that.
Thank you, everybody. December 28th.